First up this week, is your soul prepared? Hellraiser, one of the most revered horror movie franchises, arrives in the isometric survival game Dead by Daylight with the Hellraiser chapter, bringing with it new killer Pinhead, a demon to some and an angel to others. Pinhead seeks to unleash limitless thrills of pleasure and pain upon any who cross him. When the iconic puzzle box known as Lament Configuration, or a key to another dimension, was found in the entity's realm, it was only a matter of time before it fell into curious hands. Once opened, he arrived. What came next was sweet suffering that spilled over the realm. The box is tied to the game with new mechanics for both survivors and the killer trying to find it in matches. As Pinhead, you can summon forth chains to slow and disable survivors, but they definitely take some skill to aim and connect with. In addition to the big new killer, Dead by Daylight also brings in skill-based matchmaking to help keep the game feeling balanced and accessible to everyone, regardless of skill. Alan Wake Remastered has been confirmed this week. An open letter from Sam Lake confirmed that Alan Wake Remastered is nearing its completion. Alan Wake is going multi-platform this time round, launching on PC, Xbox, and for the first time ever on PlayStation. Alan Wake launched over 11 years ago, and fans' popularity for the game is still extremely large. Alan Wake Remastered has been promised as the original experience we fell in love with all those years ago. The major change this time around though is the visuals. Character models, cinematics and gameplay have all been improved with some next-gen upgrades. Alan Wake Remastered comes complete with all expansions, including when it launches this fall, so keep your eyes open for this mind-bending horror experience. Sony have made a dramatic U-turn on its controversial Horizon Forbidden West PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 upgrade, following some vicious backlash from fans and players alike. After heavy criticism after it was confirmed that Horizon Forbidden West Standard and Special Editions did not include the cross-generational upgrade, even after Sony previously stated it would offer free upgrades for its cross-gen launch titles. In the PlayStation blog, Sony Interactive Entertainment's boss Jim Ryan said its offers for Horizon Forbidden West missed the mark. However, Sony is now standing by its original offer and letting those who buy Forbidden West on PlayStation 4 upgrade to PlayStation 5 version for free. Ryan also went on to promise that all PlayStation's first-party exclusives will be cross-gen titles, both digitally and physically, but will offer a $10 digital upgrade option for PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. What this means for us is the next God of War, Gran Turismo 7 and any other exclusive titles is going to cost a little bit more to upgrade to PlayStation 5. Sticking with Sony this week, they've announced they have acquired Firesprite Games, the developers behind The Persistence, The Playroom and The Playroom VR. This makes it the 40th developer to be working under the PlayStation Studios umbrella. On the PlayStation blog, Herman Hulst said, Firesprite is a creative and ambitious studio that is exceptional at building incredible experiences that truly showcase the potential of our hardware. The team's technical and creative capabilities will be paramount to growing our stellar catalogue of exclusive games, and I think you'll be excited for what's to come. Firesprite Games is now Sony's largest UK-based studio, housing more employees than London Studios and Media Molecule combined. The team is already hard at work on a few new exclusive titles and have been credited for being experimental in their approach to game development. It's THQ Nordic's 10th anniversary this year, and they are celebrating in large style, with the announcement of 6 new games being released, including new installments in some of their legendary franchises. These reveals are being shown at the company's first digital showcase event on the 17th of September and hosted by none other than Jeff Keighley. THQ Nordic is currently comprised of around 19 studios, including Destroy All Humans remake developer Black Forest Games, Wreckfest Studio, Bugbear Entertainment, Darksiders 3 outfit Gunfire Games, Risen Maker, Piranha Bytes, and Purple Lamp Studios of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Now, we all know that the internet is full of social media posting and should be a place to express our opinions. However, this is not the case when strong political issues are at stake. John Gibson, CEO of Tripwire Interactive, has found this out the hard way, stepping down from the company as CEO after making some ill-received Twitter comments about Texas's anti-abortion laws. Gibson was made to feel the backlash of his comments by other Twitter users. He was stated that he was proud of a draconian Texas anti-abortion law was allowed to stand, and felt it was important to go on record as a pro-life game developer. Texas's new anti-abortion law took effect last week after a nod from the US Supreme Court. It allows anyone, anywhere, to sue anybody connected to an abortion in which cardiac activity was detected in the embryo. That's as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy, before most women even realise they are pregnant. Following on after Gibson's tweets, other developers who worked with Tripwire have distanced themselves, the former CEO and the company. Shipwright Studios have even gone as far as cancelling all its existing contracts with Tripwire. Other high-profile figures in the gaming industry have hit out at Gibson and his tweets. Tripwire have issued a statement condemning the views and tweets of Gibson and confirming he is stepping down as CEO, with co-founder and current vice president Alan Wilson taking over in the interim. It has barely been a month since the launch, and Aliens Fireteam Elite is gaining a new class to play as. If shooting the hundreds of aliens as the 4 different character classes we have already isn't enough, then let me introduce you to the Phalanx. Launching in its first season, the brand new class comes bearing a huge combat shield. Wielding the big shield does have its drawbacks though, as you can only fire single-hand weapons such as handguns and close-quarter combat weapons. If things get a little too intense, just hit that shock pulse ability and clean house with a huge shock blast from the shield. In addition to the new class, we'll also have access to some new weapons too, the L-33 Pike Rifle and the Type 88 Heavy Assault Rifle. There's also a new laser handgun, the N79 EVA, and an L-59 minigun. There's also a few new cosmetic items, one being a straw cowboy hat. The best part, however, is it is all entirely free. If you purchase the deluxe edition of the game, there's also a load of whaley-Yutani cosmetics available too. And as with any update, there is a lengthy list of bug fixes too. Next, Call of Duty Vanguard had its multiplayer reveal this week, showing off the new in-depth content coming to the highly popular Shooter Fest, combined with updates from Call of Duty's lead PC developer Beanox and Warzone's lead developer Raven Software. This reveal set the tone for Vanguard's multiplayer, a deeply connected ecosystem that details the origins of Special Forces. The livestream also gave details for an opportunity to try the game's multiplayer before November 5th with the Call of Duty Vanguard beta. Now, revealed at E3 this year by developer White Paper Games, Conway Disappearance at Dahlia View has a brand new trailer and an official release date for the upcoming cinematic window detective thriller. The game follows the mysterious disappearance of an 8-year-old Charlotte May in the quiet neighbourhood of Dahlia View in 1950s London. Retired detective Robert Conway, observing the denizens of the neighbourhood from his apartment window, will have to monitor their behaviour and question the people he lives among in order to discover the truth. Revealed by co-founder Pete Bottomley, the game will be launching on the 2nd of November 2021. And finally this week we have a grand finish with the PlayStation 5 Showcase 2021. It was huge and explosive and awe-inspiring, so let's get to what was announced and what was shown. Kicking straight off with a new title of sorts, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake has been announced. The Star Wars universe as we know it, but next gen? We are so excited to hear more about this titular remake.
They promised power. Now they wield it. We face the greatest Sith in generations. They must be stopped.
Insomniac Games came out in big force with not one, but 2 game announcements. The first being a sequel to the smash hit Marvel's Spider-Man. This time we see Peter Parker and Miles Morales taking on one of their most deadly challenges in the shape of Venom in Spider-Man 2. We were treated to a glossy new cinematic trailer and a vague launch area of 2023. Insomniac came out with a stellar new title to showcase again, with a glossy new trailer closing in on a destroyed and crumbling bar at the end of what looks to be a bar fight. A figure sat on a bar stool with cut knuckles awaits for the assailant to attack him before unsheathing 3 shiny silver adamantium claws from his right hand. That's right folks, Insomniac Games is hard at work on a new Wolverine title, and we cannot wait to hear and see more about this game. Gaining a few new story trailers from already established games set to launch, we heard from Tiny Tina's Wonderland with a brand new gameplay trailer showing off the new magic system, melee weapons, dragons, and of course, fantasy-style guns. We also gained a solid new release date of the 25th of March 2022. Ghostwire Tokyo also gave us a brand new look into their game with new gameplay trailer and a release date of spring 2022. And showing itself one last time before release was Deathloop, merely 3 days away from release, and we gained one last trailer, collecting all the relevant story information that will suck you into this mystery time-looping shooter. Guardians of the Galaxy gave a brand new story trailer showing off the new big bad of the game, the Universal Church of Truth. Also, we got to see the talking psychic dog Cosmo, which was the real highlight. Also, Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt is coming to PlayStation 5. The free-to-play Vampire Battle Royale makes the leap to next-gen consoles sometime in 2021, but with no specific release date announced. Could it be Halloween, maybe? And it wouldn't be a PlayStation event without a little Uncharted, and this one was no different. Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy are getting the remaster treatment for PlayStation 5 in a new collection titled Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, coming to PlayStation 5 and PC in early 2022. Rainbow Six Extraction had a brand new trailer to offer at the showcase too, and a new release date of January 2022. And Grand Theft Auto 5 for next-gen PlayStation 5 gave a new trailer, with a new release date for March 2022. This means it's been delayed from its initial November 2021 launch. And now we move on to the brand new titles we had a chance to swoon over at the showcase, starting out with Project Eve, showing over 4 minutes of frantic hack and slash action with a fun Bayonetta style protagonist in a Devil May Cry style hack and slash. In the not too distant future, mankind is expelled from Earth after losing the battle against the invaders called the Natives. To win back Earth, the player must become Eve, the survivor of a paratrooper squad deployed from the colony, who must fight through powerful enemies with new comrades. No release date announced yet, but we are more than excited for more on Project Eve. Now our next title is Kid Amnesia, a game we're not quite sure about in the sense that we don't really have any idea what it's really about. The only thing we do know is it has something to do with Radiohead, and the YouTube description claims it will be an upside down digital analog universe created from original artwork and recordings to commemorate 21 years of Radiohead's Kid A and Amnesiac. Guess we'll just have to wait and see for this one. Next up we have Forspoken. Shown in a technical demo last year, we have a brand spanking new gameplay trailer filled with the game's story and a look at our protagonist, who is a witty and wonderful. Ella Balinska is pulled into an alternative dimension from the rooftops of a New York City style city to a fantasy world of dragons, demons and talking armbands. No release date to show yet, but we know Amy Hennig of Uncharted acclaim and Gary Whitta, who wrote Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is penning this one. Next up we have Tchia, a tropical open world game inspired by the islands in the South Pacific named New Caledonia. Starting off with The Last of Us style guitar playing, this game features a huge amount of vibrant exploration, both above and below the surface. Tchia is coming in 2022. Now, the smell of fuel running through the engine, rubber burning in the sunlight, and razor sharp lights cutting through the dark in the middle of the night. All covered by the sound of roaring engines. This is exactly the sort of experience we will be getting into in Gran Turismo 7. We're getting a bright, flashy trailer for the new racing game in the long-running series, with a huge display of cars, racing, and environments we'll be racing on. Gran Turismo 7 launches on the 4th of March 2022 on PlayStation 5 and also on PlayStation 4, so get your engines ready. And finally, what we've all been patiently waiting for, God of War Ragnarok. Showing off the hugely anticipated sequel in the showcase with a longer than expected gameplay trailer that shows off just a taste of the action adventure we're going to be undertaking. Within moments of the trailer, it's clear that Freya has gained her warrior's spirit and she freely transforms from the eagle into her human form, ready to plunge her sword into Kratos with absolute fury in her eyes. Mimir is back and full of more stories to keep us amused and educated on all of the Norse gods. And Atreus has grown too in the years since. Now a lot taller and voice deepened, he has a little more maturity to him and a sense of purpose. No release window yet, but we'll be staying glued to this one, clutching our Leviathan axe ready for our next godly adventure.
I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard?
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognise that dour expression anywhere. Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands, who is dead?
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in.
What in all yarns be that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
War is not the only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No! You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Here!
Are you coming with us?
You'll get your answers soon enough. Well, some of them.
And there we have it, folks. That's your weekly gaming news update. It has truly been an explosive week of gaming. The PlayStation Showcase has blown us away with new announcements and updates, and we certainly have our favourites here at Broski Games. We've had a new killer added to Dead by Daylight with the strong need for chaining up victims, a new class in Alien Fireteam Elite with a huge combat shield that will certainly change the way we play, and a heck of a lot of PlayStation content, with the acquisition of another developer, the reversal of the PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 4 upgrade on Horizon Forbidden West, and the huge showcase. It's certainly been an extraordinary week. As always, thank you for taking the time to check out what's new in the gaming world, and I will see you all again next week for much more. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the latest here at Broski Games. I've been Matt. Bye!